And that's 100% right. Perkins with the little short elbow. Gortat deflects the basketball out of his hands. Picks up the technical foul.
Double technical. So Pierce will go to the line. By the way,
so it's a technical when you knock the ball out of somebody's hands?
I guess they feel it's unsportsmanlike.
Oh.
By the way, game 4, Dwight Howard had that elbow to the head of Kevin Garnett. The league reviewed it in between games and upgraded it to a flagrant 1 foul. Now he already has a flagrant 1 foul. So that's going to be 2 flagrant points. Here's the play. It was just called a regular personal foul in the game, but they said swung his elbow at Garnett. So that's a flagrant foul. So now he's got 2 flagrant foul points. If you get 4 flagrant foul points, you're suspended a game. So just for the sake of argument, if he picked up a flagrant 2 foul here tonight, he would be suspended the next game. So obviously he has to stay away from that.
The NBA, where soft happens. Are you kidding me? That's a flagrant foul? Come on.
They didn't call it in the game when we agreed. I mean, it was a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining, first half. An excellent first half for the Orlando Magic. Carter. Under 2 to play. Rondo tries a second time. Garnett. Pierce draws the foul again. He is so good at that. Carter upset with the call, tried to avoid it. Pierce is as good as anybody in the NBA. Kobe Bryant is as well, but Pierce does it very well himself. So 2 fouls on Vince Carter.
Just so crafty on the offensive end, creating a little contact because of his ability to score. There are certain guys that can make that move all day long and the defense wouldn't bite.
See already 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Coming up to halftime, Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, John Barry, Michael Wilbon, the Toyota halftime show. We'll have analysis of the first half of Game 5, and they'll also have a Game 5 preview. Suns and Lakers. And that'll be tomorrow night on TNT. All tied at 2.
And right now, the Magic they've worked so hard to get up 12 or 14. They have not played well the last couple minutes because they don't have any offensive creative players on the floor right now. Where are they going to go to create a play right now?
And how often do you see a team outplay their opponent for most of a half, and then in the last couple of minutes, a big lead can disappear and change momentum going into the locker room? And a foul. We'll say before the shot. Perkins is going to be called for it, and another whistle and a technical foul called after the play. First, the personal foul on Perkins. That's 2 on Perkins, and then an elbow was thrown afterwards by a member of the Magic.
Matt Barnes, I believe. But see, this is the stuff that costs you points. You're just gifting Ray Allen a point.
And how often do these games come down to 1 point? And you always think about the plays at the end of the game, but sometimes these plays can make the difference between winning and losing.
Well, you think about it in Game 4, the technical foul by Rasheed Wallace. It makes a difference.
Now watch Barnes come in. And comes in after the whistle initially. And extends the elbow.
And that's good poise by Kevin Garnett to not be drawn into that where it's a double tee. You know, you don't show toughness by taking tees or making plays after the whistle.
Howard did the same thing as Petras hits a 3. Big bucket. Magic needed that one. And a lead back up to 10. How about their three-point shooting? 9 for 15. Pierce on the drive. Nice pass to Perkins, but deflected by Bass.
That's an excellent play by Bass. As Howard came to help, Bass helped the helper and got in the passing lane on the Pierce to Kendrick Perkins pass.
Bass is rewarding Stan Van Gundy for giving him minutes with his hustle.
Good play by Brandon Bass right there.
Under a minute remaining. Garnett has Bass on him. Garnett loves that turnaround. He was just 1 for 6 before putting that one in.
But they've both been in the post over smaller defenders.
foul call. Howard dribbled it off his foot. Perkins walking away, and a technical foul on Perkins. Now, is that his second technical? Because if it is, he's done. I think Perkins is out. He got that double technical early. 2 technicals means automatic ejection, and boy, is that a costly call for the Boston Celtics.
And that's where you got to already know who has a technical. Give it to somebody else.
Tough call on the foul.
That's a tough call. But
then Perkins, he walked away. He wasn't looking at Eddie Rush. He reacts, obviously an emotional reaction. There is no way that should be a technical foul.
And there's really nothing you can do about it right now. If the technical foul is on Kendrick Perkins, there's no adjustment to be made. It's his second one, and his night is over.
Yeah,
Doc Rivers is saying it.
You know what? If I'm Eddie F. Rush, though, right there, I'm saying I overreacted. I thought it was the first technical. I'm not giving it to him for that. I'm not ejecting someone from a game that is so important on maybe an overreaction.
Perkins went out of his way to turn away and complain with his back to it, so Rush, he could have gone at him. He didn't do that. He turns and walks away and gets emotional, yet still gets hit with a tech. That's bad officiating.
That's just a bad job. Kendrick Perkins does the right thing, frustrated with the call, but walks off. He walks away from it so that there's nothing to be read from it.
See, I just don't understand why you have to interject your anger into a game.
And especially, it's a playoff game. You have to allow for the emotions. Meanwhile, Howard hits the free throw. The two battling. That's a tough personal foul call. Also, if you're an official, and it's kind of a call, can go either way. You give the guy a little extra rope. No rope. Instead, he's ejected.
We're going to do it one basket at a time. Number 3, if you got a good shot, take it. If it's an average shot, pass it.
And they're going to have to do it without their starting center and best defensive center in Kendrick Perkins. They do have certainly the backups, Rasheed Wallace, who has played well in these playoffs, as has Glenn Davis.
You know, but I want to go back to the technical foul, because just like a player or a coach, if you're a referee, you should be thinking right now, I made a mistake. It's okay. I made a mistake. Wrong call. If I had to do it again, I would not have given him a second technical foul.
Meanwhile, more free throws for Orlando. Wallace for 3. Hits the three-pointer.
And that's a big play because it's a 2-for-1 situation. Brandon Bass, very poor decision to come off and help off Wallace, who's really shot the ball well tonight.
Wallace with the steal. Shot clock turned off. And a defensive 3 seconds against Orlando. So a one-shot technical foul with 6.3 remaining.
Brandon Bass is really struggling down the stretch here. Gives up the 3, turnover, illegal 3.
You know, what happens a lot of time, a guy gets thrown out of a ball game, the team that's winning have their full lineup. You take a deep breath and you think it's over. That's a dangerous mentality when you're playing against a proven championship team.
Ray Allen way off on the free throw. You don't see him miss like that very often. You don't see him miss very often at all. Celtics setting up a final play. Rondo looking. Rondo has to put it up. And that will end the first half. A tough one for the Boston Celtics. They'll fail behind by as many as 14 despite the scoring of Paul Pierce. As Orlando, for the second straight game, comes out strong, playing like they played all season, playing like they played in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, as they bounce back nicely from that Game 3 blowout.